Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. According to spoilers for Friday, January 19, Holly Jonas' loved ones bid her farewell on Days of Our Lives. Steve Johnson is cornered by Konstantin Neliunas. Harris Michaels is held accountable by Kate Roberts Brady for Lucas Horton's attack. Also, Theresa Donovan is taken care of by Brady Black and Alex Kyriakis. Holly Jonas' farewell. According to Friday, January 19 DOLF spoilers, Holly is eligible to be moved from the Salem hospital to an Italian facility. This is the same facility that provided post-resurrection assistance to E.J. Demira. Nicole was going to travel with Holly. Nicole, though, stays in Salem after something occurs. Nicole might be able to come, but it's not a good idea to stay all day. E.J., Nicole, Eric Brady, and Maggie Horton Kyriakis will all be bidding farewell to Holly. Spoilers for DOOL. Kate Roberts Brady asks Harris's fault. Kate is going to let her anger at Harris run wild on Friday, January 19. Supporters remember that Harris asked Kate and Roman Brady for Lucas' assistance. Kate consented at the time, but she was concerned that Lucas might die while assisting the police. Lucas gets attacked in jail following the botched cocaine bust at the bistro. Kate is going to hold Harris accountable for Lucas's demise. The fate of Theresa Donovan. Theresa has relapsed, according to Friday, January 19 spoilers for Days of Our Lives. Alex is clueless about what to do and what to anticipate. It makes sense that Alex is terrified about Theresa's relapse. Brady, on the other hand, is an addict in recovery and is aware of what to do. Brady reassured Alex that Theresa was just extremely high and not overdosing. There is nothing to be done but wait for Theresa to collapse. Wait until the effects of the medications wear off if Alex believes Theresa is horrible already. Days in the Life Friday, January 19 spoilers. Fans should anticipate that Konstantin will corner Steve on Friday, January 19. Steve and John Black gave Konstantin the go-ahead to abandon Salem and cease communicating with Maggie. But Konstantin has been doing his assignments. Thus, be prepared for Konstantin to question Steve about his findings. Despite the fact that Konstantin is the antagonist in this tale, Steve might be unprepared for his arsenal. Thus, pay attention to what Steve does next. On Friday, January 19, which narrative are you most anticipating seeing? Post your ideas in the space provided for comments below. Don't forget to keep watching Peacock's soap opera to see what happens next. Days of Our Lives recap for Thursday, January 18, 2024 shows that following considerable deliberation, Johnny formally proposed to Chanel. When Johnny Demira proposed, he essentially had everything together. Highlights of the Days of Our Lives recap. Besides, Theresa was nowhere to be seen, which disturbed Brady and Alex. Tripp made an effort to encourage Ava to confide in him. Following the botched raid at the bistro, Harris also salted his wounds with Rafe and Jada. Let's examine the specifics of what transpired. Romantic suggestion. While in bed, Johnny and Chanel were overcome with remorse over their happiness in the midst of everyone else's extreme hardship. However, it helped Johnny realize that nothing was guaranteed in life and that it was unpredictable. He even gently informed Chanel that he didn't want to live a lifetime apart from her. He actually believed that they ought to remarry. This time, he was picturing a lavish wedding in which the entire town would attend, either in Salem itself or perhaps somewhere else. Chanel wisely refuted the idea, pointing out that a great deal of their loved ones were suffering. However, she may support a small wedding as long as Johnny asked her the right questions. READIS. Discover the next events on Days. He wanted to make sure everything was in order before asking her to marry him, so they decided to tie the knot on Valentine's Day. Well, theoretically, anyhow. Not so hypothetically, Johnny made a lovely, passionate proposal to Chanel, asking her to marry him. He dropped down on one knee and properly proposed while wearing only a tie and no shirt. He put an Italian signet ring his grandpa had given him on her finger in place of a traditional engagement ring. In bed, the two enjoyed a midnight snack as a celebration. Mothers and their emotions. Wendy accepted a call from her mother after Tripp tried to wow her with his geeky doctor act, and Tripp ended up talking to his mother in the adjacent room. Wendy's conversation went nicely. Her mother had forgiven her. Wendy's father was getting out more and making progress. Conversely, Ava gripped a bottle and bemoaned the fact that Harris and the cops had raided the bistro. "How do you feel? Leave a remark." Tripp pleaded with Ava to let him know if he should be concerned for her. She naturally believed that she should handle this on her own and not become involved. Afterwards, Wendy offered Ava her assistance. Reluctant Tripp believed it was too risky, but fearless and courageous Wendy made sure he understood they were in this together, risk and all. 3 out of 4 isn't too bad. Rafe, Jada, and Harris conducted a kind of post-mortem narcotics raid in the police precinct. It turned out that the 3 raids were not successful at all. The bust that was done in the bistro was the only one. As a result, all 3 officers came to the same conclusion. They couldn't have found any drugs on the home unless a shady police officer had shared the information. After learning that the new detective nearly convinced Ava to confess to him, but was thwarted by Stefan, Rafe offered Harris some straightforward counsel. His words of wisdom: "Don't trust Ava." Harris retorted that, up until she actually went into bed with Stefan, he was positive she was attempting to lead a crime-free life. In the end, Rafe threatened to remove Harris from the case due to his close relationship with one of the main suspects. When Harris assured him he could handle things, he backed off. However, Harris seems less certain. Absent from action, Alex, distraught that Theresa had vanished, called Brady. Brady was immediately alarmed and went to Alex's house, where he worried that Theresa would relapse due to the stress of what was happening with Tate. Keeping Theresa from sliding was crucial. Brady asked Jada for unofficial assistance in finding Theresa. Jada was able to obtain Theresa's credit card transactions in a lawful manner. Brady's next communication from Jada came from a dingy motel where she discovered Theresa high as a kite. She was in a horrible mood, ecstatic, lightheaded, and unbearably hot. Jada believed she had not used any of the toxic medicines that are causing problems for Salem right now. Brady and Alex later made the decision to hide this relapse, so they made plans to spend the night at the No-Tell Motel by Theresa's side. Spoilers for Friday, January 19, 2024. On Days of Our Lives hint at after Lucas is attacked, Kate transforms into Mama Bear. This requires accountability from someone. But is she going to point the finger in the wrong place? Kate gives Harris Michaels a hard time. Days in Our Lives highlights of spoilers. When Kate took Harris to the jail to express her sympathy to Lucas, she believed she was doing the right thing. She was in error. Very, very wrong. Her son has a target on his back and is currently injured. Who is at fault here? Yes, Harris, naturally. She approaches Harris and expresses her dissatisfaction to the detective. Lucas was merely fighting the good fight despite his unfavorable circumstances, since he had no other defense. This is just not acceptable. Harris will pay a price in hell if he doesn't make this right. An increasing amount of trouble. Speaking of not feeling well, Theresa falls off the wagon and receives some gentle attention from Brady and Alex. She could use some strong shoulders to help her lean up because she's been through a lot. It also allows her to bask in all the attention. How do you feel? Leave a remark. Constantine corners Steve in the interim. These two will spit venom at each other, so expect a heated exchange. Though Steve always has a few tricks under his sleeve, Constantine is certain he has the better of him today. Goodbye. For the time being. As Holly gets ready to leave for her new treatment facility in Italy, expect tears at the hospital. Eric and Maggie join Nicole and EJ as her family gathers by her bedside to bid her farewell. Thanks for watching if you liked this video. So please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't miss any updates.